Cam Skattebo is an absolute monster. Blue monster.
Brian Dable has like a connection to Jackson Dart because he's saving his career right in front of his eyes.
Yeah.
The Pats just walked into NOLA and said, "May I dig in your booty?" And hello and welcome back to this episode of the Engage A podcast. I am Josh with my co-host
Mike.
And today we are back. It is week 6. Week 6 is basically in the books now as we're wrapping the end of these mid-slate games here on Sunday. We had a bit of a crazy week. I don't know if we have any good teams. I don't know if we have any bad teams. It's kind of been chaos, a lot of interceptions, a lot of crazy stuff this whole week. But we'll start with injuries. We got a laundry list here. We'll start with your boy, Anthony Richardson. An eye injury doing band work.
Yeah, this injury is just, it's all over the place. It actually sounds like a pretty serious injury. It was in the back in the locker room, some sort of malfunction. I don't know if it was just a band or if it was a machine, but I had to go to he was hospitalized from it, orbital fracture. Assuming he'll be out for a couple of weeks. Injury luck for Anthony Richardson has been off the charts.
Not the first time
Terrible.
we've had Anthony Richardson and malfunction in the same sentence, unfortunately.
I don't know what you mean by that, unfortunately.
He malfunctions when he plays quarterback.
Hey, I'm still gonna always defend Anthony Richardson. He's not that bad.
Even though you moved on.
I have moved on, yeah. But
you have bigger things, greener pastures.
yes, greener pastures. Second, it wasn't the wildest part of the Anthony Richardson and the Colts injury today wasn't the only injury that was pregame.
Yes.
Charvarius Ward,
Yes.
taken out by Drew Ogletree, his teammate, was just warming up, running routes, I guess coverages. Drew Ogletree just completely knocks him out. Head to head, it looked like. Looked like he was almost completely knocked out. Not good. That'll be his second concussion already this year. The Colts secondary is in shambles. Kenny Moore out. Mike Hilton, who they signed to replace Kenny Moore, also out.
Xavier Howard retired. Bad.
Xavier Howard retires.
And bad.
And bad, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a nightmare. You guys obviously had Ashton Doolin at cornerback at one point
blitzing.
today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. But we got a couple Rams injuries here. One that ended up being for the full game, one that was kind of weird in and out of the game. Puka Nacua foot injury back at the end zone. He was out for the first half. He came back for a couple plays in the second half, but I don't think he had a catch after he got hurt. And then Blake Corum hurt his ankle pretty bad, and I don't think he returned.
Yeah, rough injury, specifically Puka. Obviously, he's been the number one receiver so far this year. He's been their best weapon. He's been Matt Stafford's top guy. They still have Devontae Adams, though, so they should be okay. Tutu Atwell, solid, but you do not want to lose Puka for a long time. He's just one of the top weapons in football right now.
It might be the best receiver production-wise in the league. I mean, did you see that thing with Matt Stafford where it's potentially the 3 best wide receiver seasons ever are going to be all from him? Calvin Johnson, Cooper Kupp, and now Puka Nacua.
Yeah, as long as he can stay healthy.
Yeah, as long as he can stay healthy.
I mean, Puka's a guy who I feel like every week he gets taken to the locker room.
Yep.
Usually he still somehow comes back and plays, but this
Him
one...
and Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Which we don't have Mac Jones on the injury report. However, this game isn't over yet. So
yeah, there's still limited time for him to get injured.
We will stay in the NFC West here, though. Marvin Harrison Jr. concussion. Looked like the last game and then the first quarter of this game, he was starting to get in his rhythm, starting to play some of the better football he's played in his career so far, and then goes out with concussion, does not come back in this game.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough injury. Just looked like whiplash. Head went straight to the turf. Kind of rough. A little bit of an underthrow by Brissett on it. Just unfortunate for the Cardinals. Him and Brissett have been, I guess, just all season long. They stay long in practice. Marvin Harrison will run routes. Jacoby will throw him the ball. So they have a big connection. And he finally gets a chance to play with Jacoby, even though because Kyler's unfortunately out.
Yeah.
And he gets taken out too. Another injury in that game, though, I don't know if you have it. Not a big name, but Travis Vokolek.
Nope.
He's a tight end, special teamer for him. So he's not a big name, but very bad injury.
For the Cardinals or for the Colts?
The Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
Very, very bad injury early on in the game. It was a neck injury. They had to take him out via ambulance, I believe.
He on a stretcher?
He went on a stretcher, yeah, but they had to take him to the hospital. They had the face mask off. I don't even know if he gave a thumbs up, which is always the scary one.
Yeah. You need the thumbs up. Yeah. Dude, I could be dying. I could be DeMar Hamlining on the field, and I think I'd still give the thumbs up just because you got to give the thumbs up.
If you don't get you just got to.
If you can raise the arm, if you can move your thumb up a little bit, you should do it.
Yeah.
Next one here, David Njoku ankle. I actually want to say, kind of off topic, not really. Would you say ankle hamstring is the 2 most common injuries? I feel like now that we've done injury report every single week now this season, it feels like it's hamstring, ankle.
Those are the most common, I'd say, yeah.
I've got
concussions, though.
And concussion. I mean, I've got 9 written down here, and 5 of them are ankle or hamstring.
And probably 2 concussions.
1 concussion, 1 eye.
You have to.
foot.
We already had 2 concussions though. Ward and Harrison.
Ward.
Travarius Ward.
Oh yeah, I didn't have him written down. Right. I didn't have Travarius Ward written down. I thought you meant Cam Ward for a second. I was like, I must have missed that one. Yeah, Njoku ankle. Fred Warner though, ankle out for the year.
Yes.
I mean, we're assuming out for the year, but the way it looked, his foot was to the side. It's hard to fathom that he's not out for the year.
That's just a really brutal one. I don't know if there's a team out there that really has worse injury luck than the 49ers.
Yeah,
It gets
them and the
worse and
Ravens
worse.
really, and the Lions
Ravens
last
too.
year.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 3 I can remember. This is bad, really
Yeah.
bad for a team that, I mean, they're down 11 right now with a minute left. They're about to lose this game, but a team that can be really, really good, but
Yes.
injuries are killing them.
Yeah, they still can be good, but losing Fred Warner really puts a limit on the defense, a massive limit. You're losing your top guy.
You already
maybe
have
the top
Nick
guy in the
Bosa
whole
out.
league.
Yeah, Nick Bosa out for the year
Mm-hmm.
because they go into the season and we talk about how good the Niners should be on paper because they have a top 1 linebacker. They have a probably top 5 edge rusher in Nick Bosa. They have a decent secondary. Obviously, they lose Hufanga in free agency to the Broncos, and we'll talk about the Broncos here in a minute. But yeah, I mean, they're just not the same team. However, and they don't have Brock Purdy either. They still have Kyle Shanahan, so that's a positive. They got Juwan Jennings back this week. They should get Pearsall and Kittle back next game. So at least their offense is going to improve. But like you said, Mike, their defense is in shambles right now.
Yeah, I was trying to see how much money they have on IR already, but
Oh my God, yeah, it's got to be
I
bad.
can't get the total.
Good for
So, I
them
mean, you
though.
had-
Christian McCaffrey's still healthy.
Yeah, the one guy who you thought might be the only guy really banged up before week 1,
Yeah,
and he's
the only one playing now.
hopefully going to continue to stay healthy.
Him and Kendrick Bourne, aka Randy Moss, who we'll talk about later. But Trey Hendrickson as well. You told me what this injury was back, right? It was a back injury
Yes.
for Trey Hendrickson. That's tough. It doesn't really matter because the Bengals suck anyways, and they're. Wait, did the game end? Did they lose officially?
Yes. They
Okay.
lost.
Because I know they were kicking a field goal to make it a 1-score game, so they lost officially. But yeah, they weren't going to do anything anyway, so it's not like this is like season altering for them. And he'll probably be fine. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything long term so far. Obviously, it just happened, but yeah, if they were better, this would be impactful.
It could still be impactful though if they're trending this way this trend continues.
I mean, there's
A trade is probably incoming.
fair enough. Yes, a trade is probably incoming. But I mean, when you look at the Bengals here, and we'll talk about them obviously. I mean, they're going to get Joe Burrow back with what, 3 games left, maybe.
Yeah, and they're 0-3 without him now, or 0-4. So
Yeah. So I mean, Flacco looked better than Browning, but
not enough.
Not
I
enough.
mean, the defense looked better today. At least that's
and
one
still
thing
gave
going
up
well for them.
30 or whatever it was, but
27.
27, yeah. Calvin Ridley hamstring, same situation here.
Yeah.
Not super impactful. It sucks for Cam Ward that he loses one of his guys, but
It's Calvin Ridley. He's been he just hasn't been what he planned to be
No.
ever since
the gambling.
Atlanta gambling situation. Well, before the gambling situation, when he just quit playing.
Right. I forgot. Dude, that is crazy. I completely forgot about that.
Yes.
What an error
And that was like a mental health thing, and ever since he's come back, he just has not been.
No, yeah. He needs to gamble more for his mental health,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
don't know. Whatever happened there is, and honestly, the mental health thing might have just been the gambling.
Yeah, probably. He's like, oh, I'm
And
about to get caught
That
up.
was just the reason that
Yeah.
they said he was out.
I can see it. And then last injury I have written down here is a Emeka Ibuka hamstring injury. That one's really tough for a Bucks offense that has just been banged up all year, and defense, really.
Yeah. I mean, they already have Mike Evans out, Chris Godwin out. I don't know if Kate Otwin was out too.
Oh, I think they got worse back this week, but still he's been in and out.
Yeah, and Bucky out. So
Yeah, Bucky as well. So they're completely beat up. However, they're playing the other team that's completely beat up, and they're up 30-19. They're the last game still playing here in this late window.
and going to go 5-1, which is
Yep.
big. And Ibuka had his helmet on, which makes me feel a little
Yeah,
bit
it's
better.
a little bit better.
He was
Yeah,
doubtful. He wasn't ruled out.
but he hasn't played to my knowledge.
Yes, he is not. I
Hey,
don't think.
also they're up 11, so why would he play? You can always say that.
Fair enough.
All right, that's it for injuries. You got anything else?
I think that is it.
All right, you can start us off here. Week 6 recap, Thursday Night Football. Maybe the most shocking game of the week. Giants 34, Eagles 17.
Yeah, gotta be at least top 3 most shocking
Yeah.
games, no matter what. Giants dominated this game. The Eagles, I don't know that we have talked about it. Their passing game hasn't been there. Their running game really hasn't been there. And again, the running game was shut down completely. 58 yards for Saquon Barkley, 73 total. At one point in this game, they were down, I think, like 17-3. They came back, but they were on like the 4-yard line. I don't know if you saw this. And they ran 4 straight tush pushes, and that's what it took to get in the end zone.
Oh my God,
and
that
it's
is
just-
crazy.
I'm fine with the tush push, but when you run it 4 straight
Yeah.
times, it's too much. And what it kind of tells me is they might not have much outside of the tush push because you can't run the ball right now at all.
For the record, they could hear every single time you hit that chair.
Oh.
Just wanted to put that out there. I'm keeping that in as well. Just wanted to put that out there. This is our first time with this new chair, so we're experimenting. And
Yes. Maybe I'll have to get a little pad for the chair.
yeah. Some soft hit or leg maybe. But yeah, shocking. Completely shocking. I want to talk about Saquon and this rushing offense. They've completely fallen apart. What has happened?
I don't know if it's just Kevin Patullo, the new offensive coordinator, not getting the right schemes, or I don't know what's going on, but it is bad.
Because we've noticed, obviously, when the Eagles have their coordinator changes, it tends to affect them. At least it has in our one-time sample size, now 2, I guess, with this situation. And I came on here last week and I was saying how this team really reminds me of last year's Eagles team, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, where they don't really look good, but they find a way to win games. They usually beat good teams, and they end up having a good record, and they're going to be a good seed in the playoffs. But it's not fully like last year's team because this year's team can't run the ball, really.
Not at all.
Which, I mean, people wanted to crown Jalen Hurts as a top 5 quarterback after winning the Super Bowl, and congrats to him. He played fantastic in that game, and he obviously led his team to a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl win. But he's not a guy that's going to be able to run your team through the passing game. It's just not ever what he's been. And if you don't have a running game with Saquon, I don't know how they're going to be able to continue to move on with this offense.
I mean, I completely agree. And if you look on top of that, if you look at last year, I believe, and I can't get the full stat, but I think it was like after week 6, the Eagles did not trail at any point almost when Jalen Hurts took a snap.
Last season?
Yes.
Wow.
Some crazy
because
thing.
he was out for 2 games late in the season when they lost to the Commanders.
Yeah. So he had not taken a snap from behind in that long. And the run game when you have the lead, the run game, you can use more. Pass game hasn't been great for him. Jalen Hurts could just be a front runner.
Yeah, I think he
play
might
from
be.
ahead. But
I never fell for the hype. I've been anti-Jalen Hurts.
I mean, I think he's just similar to what Brock Purdy, where he's going to win you games. And maybe he's not the most talented, but he wins games. Or like a Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the tier he's in now, Purdy and Jimmy
I
G.
guess. And I think we were kind of hyping him up. I mean, after the Super Bowl, that was probably the highest I've ever been on him because he
Yes, because
dominated
that was the
Chiefs
best game of
offense.
his career.
And so he showed up in that big game, but he's got
Yeah.
to just do it consistently in the regular season.
Yep. And I will give him 2 of the biggest games of his career are his 2 Super Bowls that he's
Yeah.
played in, even though he did lose the first one.
So, I mean, he steps up to the big moments, but he's got to step up and be better in the little moments, I guess.
Otherwise they're not going to get to the big moments. Eagles next week, they go into Minnesota. Minnesota coming off a bye. That'll be a fun game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Eagles. We got to talk about Cam Skattebo and Jackson Dart, though.
Yes, please.
Cam Skattebo is an absolute monster.
Yep.
Jackson Dart's an absolute monster.
Oh my God, that is absurd.
Sorry.
Yep, that's going in the intro. Everybody who's seeing that has already seen it once. Yeah.
I love Cam Skattebo.
I love him too, dude.
3 touchdowns in this game for him, 98 yards. He's got Jackson Dart acting crazy. I don't know if you saw the Jackson Dart just completely diving headfirst into an Eagles defender.
Yep. I love how they bang their heads together.
Oh, yeah. They love it. And then you got Skattebo and Brian Dable like going into the tent to get him out of concussion protocol.
Yeah, because like Brian Dable, I saw something where it was like Brian Dable has like a sexual connection to Jackson Dart because he's saving his career right in front of his eyes.
Yeah. I mean,
it is the way he looks at him.
He kind of is.
Oh
Jackson
my
Dart,
God.
I'll be the first to say, I didn't think Jackson Dart was going to be that good, and he still might not be. It's early. But he's definitely overperformed what I expected from him, and he's been very good. Has the Eagles, 58 yards rushing and a rushing touchdown. He's been a better scrambler than I thought. And the passing, he lost his top receiver, but he's been doing fine without it. So if you could imagine if Malik Neighbors was there, it could be a lot better too.
Yeah, and this is a point that I've wanted to make, that I'm going to make throughout this episode, and I'll probably have an opportunity in every single game we talk about here to spin it in this direction. But maybe we say this every year, but this league just makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how on earth do the Giants go and lose by double digits to the Saints and then go beat the defending Super Bowl champs the next week on a short week?
Yeah.
How does that happen? It's just, there's so much parity in this league. I love it. The Lions are the best team because as we're recording this, they haven't played. So
Not technically. They're not 5-1.
I guess technically they are not, but they haven't had the opportunity to get to 5-1 yet. However,
There's one team that's 5-1.
there's a lot of parity in this league, and I'm happy about it. Eagles going to Minnesota next week. Who do you got?
I got the Eagles.
I got Minnesota.
I got the Eagles bouncing back.
And then Giants at Broncos. I have the Broncos. I have the Giants. I have the Giants.
Yeah, might sound
I'm going
crazy, but the
Giants.
Giants are coming back from England. Didn't look good against the Jets.
Broncos
I'm gonna
are
go with the
coming back from
I'm going the Giants.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going with the Giants as well.
And that Giants defense, last thing we'll say about it, it looked good though.
Yep. I mean, it's two Giants and Broncos, in my opinion, two of the top 5 defenses in
Yeah.
the league right now.
You could definitely say that.
And the
not
Giants'
ridiculous.
offenses look more competent than the Broncos to start the year.
Yeah.
Broncos,
But with Jackson Dart.
yes.
Not with
Jackson
Russell
Dart.
Wilson.
Well, with Russell Wilson, they put up like 50 on the Cowboys.
And a good game against the Chiefs game, he put up like 20 passing yards.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Cowboys.
All right, next game here. We'll talk about that Broncos-Jets game in London. Broncos 13, Jets 11. Ugly win for the Broncos.
Yeah,
but
not good.
a win is a win in this league, especially in London. I still think the Broncos are the best defense in the league. They sacked Justin Fields 9 times in this game, which is just crazy. But like I just said 4 seconds ago, Bo Nix and this Broncos offense just have to be better, man. They have to be better. This defense is too good to try to do the Peyton Manning thing again. Not saying Bo Nix is Peyton Manning, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And goes right back to what I talked about all last year with the Broncos. If they don't have the run game, Bo Nix is not the same quarterback.
Agreed.
In this game, they couldn't really run the ball. Only 40 yards for J.K. Dobbins, 78 yards total. 24 of them was Bo Nix. So
Yeah.
they couldn't run the ball, and Bo Nix struggled to pass the ball.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been the theme with this team. They need to get J.K. Dobbins going. No Cortland Sutton in this game as well. 1 catch, 17 yards. That could be the Sauce Gardner effect. But I would say, honestly, this game was probably better for the Jets than it was Denver. But, I mean,
I disagree with that.
I mean, like the Broncos defense was good, but the Jets, I mean, I don't know.
I get what you're
The
trying to
Jets
say.
defense performed very well.
Yes.
I think the coaching lost the game for the Jets.
Agree. Unfortunately, I agree. I showed you the tweet earlier from Rich Samini or Kamini on Twitter. He's a Jets reporter. He said he got a text from a former Jets executive that said this offensive coordinator has to swim home.
Yeah.
That would be Tanner Angstrand, who was this close to being the offensive coordinator of the #1 offense in football. However, he is now the offensive coordinator of a team, the only winless team in the NFL.
You got to feel for him, though. He's went to a team with no offensive line and a bad quarterback. He could have had a great offensive line.
That's
and a
what
good
I'm saying. Like,
quarterback.
literally,
That's just,
it's painful. I feel bad for him.
it's got to be his fault, though, right? If he got the job opportunity with the Lions, it's his fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fields was awful in this game. Can you guess the passing yards, net passing yards for the
It was
New York Jets?
3, right, or something?
No, -10
Yeah, that's
net passing yards.
9 sacks, and a quarterback who can't throw the ball will do that for you.
Yeah, 55 yards of sacks, 45 yards of actually passing the football. No run game, really.
All right.
Really bad. Garrett Wilson didn't do much. He might have he got banged up at the end, too. So
He
should
did.
have had
He
him.
ended up, I think he got a couple catches later on, but
Mhm.
before he got hurt. I just hurt for Aaron Glenn. I know it's partly his fault, but I just feel bad for him. He just, obviously I don't know him personally, but he just seems like such a good dude, and I hate to see him like finally get that chance to be a head coach and then be the only team that's yet to get a win this season.
Yeah, I kind of feel for him. So he seems like a great guy, like you say, but how that game ended all around, there's no defending. The 2-minute warning at halftime was one of the worst. They had the ball with like 2.5 minutes left, and they were just chewing clock. They were down by 4. I mean, they had multiple chances to go and get at least a field goal, make it a 1-point game. Didn't do it. I couldn't even comprehend what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, also you were half asleep because you slept in the
Well,
middle
I
of the
know
game.
I was awake for that part. After that, I'm like, the Jets don't want to win this game. I might be able to get an extra hour of
couple
sleep
hours.
here.
And, yeah.
And then at the end of the game, the Jets didn't want to win because they just didn't
Yeah.
go for a 60-yard field goal.
I had the opposite experience. I did wake up at 8:30, and then I just kept going back to bed, waking up every 10 minutes and seeing if Nick Benito had a sack yet. And then eventually, like in the third quarter, I woke up and came down and started watching. But yeah, I mean, we didn't miss anything.
Yeah, not much. We just didn't miss much.
We just talked Broncos Giants, and then we got Jets Panthers next week in New York. I got a road win for the Panthers. Although this is a spot where the Jets could get their first win.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's definitely a spot they could get their first win, but I think the Panthers
Too good.
they get a lot to play for. Rico Dowdle's the best player in football.
Yep, 100%.
Panthers. Well, I guess I will gladly take us into the Colts game here,
Yes.
as the Colts have tied for the best record in the NFL with currently, I think, only the Buccaneers at 5-1.
I'll have to check that.
They might be the only 2 5-1 teams in the NFL right now, but the Colts squeak out a win.
Yes, them and Tampa Bay, only 2 5-1 teams.
Lions have a chance to make it a third team.
And Steelers had a bye, and Bills haven't played their game yet.
Yeah, so currently those are the teams. Daniel Jones has a solid game. He wasn't fantastic in this game. Did throw a bad interception, but other than that, He responded well to the interception in the second half. The Colts did what they do and didn't punt the football, scored every time they got it, which has become a theme for this team for some reason. And
which is just hilarious.
Yeah.
What a good theme to have.
Great theme to have. It's
Yeah.
something that I'm not used to. 5-1 by the way, for the first time since 2009.
Whew.
And that's usually a good thing when you have the Colts stats with 2009. But
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, 123 yards on the ground and a touchdown again. He's continuing his case for Offensive Player of the Year, maybe even MVP.
Yep.
He won't win an MVP, but he's definitely been up there.
Could you imagine?
He'd have to continue to.
Colts would have to go like 15-2.
Yeah.
And he'd have to be like at least top 5 in every
He'd have to
stat.
have better numbers than Saquon last year, 2K. I would have to look out I don't know his pace right now, but he's got to be on a very solid pace, probably 2K.
Oh, you're talking about Jonathan Taylor?
I'm talking about Taylor, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about DJ.
Oh, Daniel Jones. I don't think Daniel Jones could win it, even if he had continued his pace.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor definitely can't win it.
I think Taylor's got a better chance than Jones.
I think personally, after Saquon didn't win it last year, that it's going to be nearly impossible for a running back to win it. It'd have to be a season where there were no good quarterbacks
playing as good as they did last year so far.
I still I mean, the favorite right now is probably Allen, right?
Yeah.
Allen or Goff.
Yeah.
I'll have to find those odds, but you can continue.
Yeah, but yeah, Jonathan Taylor was fantastic. Again, another touchdown for him. Tyler Warren, he's continuing his case for O'Roy. It's going to be hard, but he's been fantastic. 6 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown. The Colts got Alec Pierce back. Their offense is pretty much, fully healthy. Offensive line's fantastic. They have so many different weapons they can go to. It's hard to guard all of them, and that's a big part of Daniel Jones' success is that he can throw it to Pierce, Pittman, Downs, Warren, Ashton Doolin if he's in. Adonai Mitchell before he dropped the ball and before the end zone. Amir Abdullah's been a solid backup running back for the Colts, which has kind of come out of nowhere. Defensively for the Colts, it was brutal, and the Cardinals took advantage of that. Jacoby Brissett, 320 yards passing. He had a great game, 2 touchdowns and a pick for him. Interception was bad, but he looked solid. They didn't have a running game at all. That was the only thing the Colts did good was stop the run, but they couldn't stop the pass to save their life. Arizona scored most of the time they got the ball. Kyler Murray, I wasn't really expecting him to not play. I always kind of thought he was going to play, but last night we kind of found out it was trending towards he was being out, and Jacoby stepped up, played well. Zay Jones was big in this game. Trey McBride was always big
for Jacoby.
Yeah, so good for Jacoby. I'm happy for him. He got to play in Indy again, but I'm happier that the Colts won.
I got a quick little game for you here. I got the MVP odds up on FanDuel here. Give me I'm going to give you 6 guesses at the top 5, so you can get one wrong. Go ahead, top 5.
Josh Allen.
He's number 1.
Call me crazy. Or Baker Mayfield.
2.
Yep. Matthew Stafford.
4.
I really want to throw Drake May in there, but I don't think Drake May's in there. I don't think Daniel Jones is in there. Mahomes.
3.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
You need 5.
I just need 5.
2 shots at it.
Jared Goff.
Ding, ding, ding. That's the
top 5 for 5. Look at that.
Yep. Well, technically, Goff and Love are tied for 5, but yes, 5 for 5. Drake May is right after Love at 7. And then it's Herbert, Lamar, Jaden Daniels.
I mean,
has there ever been a worse value bet than Lamar MVP?
I was about to say the opposite.
Really?
I think there's a if he can come back after this bye week and take him to the playoffs and dominate.
I mean, we saw that happen last year, and that guy didn't win it. I mean, he just missed the playoffs, I guess.
But if he can do it and make the playoffs, I think he has a chance.
Maybe.
I mean, it'd have to be.
He's plus 33. I'm saying he's 9th place. Like, I think that's pretty bad value for a guy that most likely isn't going to win it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm taking him over like a Herbert though.
He has the same odds as Daniel Jones. I'd rather have Jones.
I'd rather have Lamar than Jones.
For MVP?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the guy that's healthy. And then for shits and gigs, it's Daniels, Darnold, Dak, Jalen Hurts, Bo Nix. Then the first non-quarterback on the list, Jonathan Taylor.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like being the first non-quarterback.
Plus 10,000. So unlikely. But yeah, there you go. Good for the Colts. They got the Chargers in LA next week. If I'm not mistaken, this is the second time they've had to go LA now, right?
Yeah, this will be our second game in LA. I kind of like that big game for playoff implications.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go with the home team, the Colts.
I'm going to go with the Colts as well. It just depends if Travaris Ward plays or not.
He's not going to play.
He's not going to play?
I would very likely doubt it.
I'll go Chargers. I'll go Chargers at home. And then Cardinals got the Packers in Arizona. I got Green Bay.
The Packers.
Yep.
I want to say one last nugget about this game.
Please.
I meant to. I didn't realize till halfway through the third quarter when they mentioned it. It was the Eagles coordinator bowl, and luckily we got the win.
Oh, yeah, big time. It was
Gannon
Steichen versus Gannon, yes. Big time. All right, next game here. Speaking of the Chargers, they win in Miami in a close one, 29-27. My main question from this game, have the Dolphins always had the soccer, stripes on the field or whatever you want to call it, like the soccer lines? They had them today. I know Inter Miami plays there.
I feel like they might have, but it might have just been Messi taking over. That might have.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's where we're at because they had the thing. It gave me like Oakland Raiders playing on a baseball field kind of vibes. The Dolphins are starting to be competitive in these games now. The past like 3 games they've been in them. I don't think they've won, or no, they won one of them I think. But they've been competitive. Chargers on the other hand are kind of playing with their food. They're losing, or they won this game, but it feels like they're losing to teams they shouldn't be losing to. They have to stop shooting themselves in the foot. Bad fumbles, bad turnovers. Ladd McConkey, though, ends up being the hero in this game. The Dolphins are up, I believe, 1. Yeah, they're up 1. Herbert has the ball with, like, sub a minute to go, like, no timeouts. Gets it to Ladd McConkey, who breaks a couple tackles, takes it for, like, 50 yards, gets out of bounds, and they win the game. It was the rare time where actually getting out of bounds there wasn't the right play, because Miami had all 3 timeouts, so he really should have just went down in bounds and forced Miami to take all their timeouts. But regardless, he's the hero in this game. He's been getting a lot of shit recently. He was great last week. He's been great this week without Quentin Johnson. And I've always been a Ladd guy. I'm still high on him. Unfortunately, the Chargers, a team that I was really high on early in the year, especially through the first couple weeks, they're starting to scare me a little bit.
They are. They're scaring me a little bit too. They were missing Quentin Johnson, and after a slow start, Ladd McConkey's starting to take over. Like you said, 7 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown for him. Great game. Last 2 weeks, he's been fantastic. They were missing Omarion Hampton. Obviously, he went on IR.
Yep.
It was kind of up between Kimani Vidal or Hassan Haskins on who would be the running back. It was Kimani Vidal in this game, 18 carries, 124 yards. He'll be the lead back with Hampton out. I heard they were trying to trade for people, though, so.
Yeah, Kamara maybe.
Yeah, maybe keep your eye out
Even
for
though
that.
Kamara said he's a Saint now.
He's always been a Saint, so.
We'll talk about that next. Anything else?
Tua's post-game interview said that there's been a lot of players skipping the players-only meetings.
Yes.
After starting 1-5, he's not happy about it, so. At least he's trying to be a leader, but I think there's a lot of people in that locker room that have already completely checked out.
That was a problem last year, too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
People showing up late to practice.
And I guess that's just a
Mike
sign of
McDaniel.
culture. They've been saying it for years, though, now.
He's gone, it looks like.
Likely. Very, very likely. I don't know if there's a hotter seat.
Chargers, Colts, we talked about. Dolphins go into Cleveland. I got the Browns.
I'm going Dolphins.
All right. Take us here, Patriots and Saints.
Yeah.
25-19, Pats.
Don't get the win, but the Saints played well in this game. Spencer Rattler was solid. Doesn't get a touchdown, but he threw the ball well. My main takeaway is that every week I watch Drake May, and every week I think he gets better and better. We didn't get to talk. We were recording during Sunday night last week, so we didn't get to talk about the game. But Drake May upsets the Bills and looked very good doing it, him and Stephon Diggs. I thought they were going to have a kind of a dominant connection going after that game. He had a huge game. Diggs, quiet in this game, did have a big catch that was negated by an OPI. That kind of sucked. But Drake May looked great. 261 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He was fantastic. They didn't really have any running game. They still kind of refused to give Travion Henderson any run for Ramondre Stevenson, but that just is what it is. Booty, big game for him, 2 touchdowns. Pop Douglas had a couple big plays. One got taken back, but does have a big touchdown. And every week, I think Drake May might be the quarterback one of that class.
I mean, there's a good chance. He played fantastic. The Pats just walked into NOLA and said, "May I dig in your booty?" and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Drake May was outstanding. All 3 touchdown passes for him came on 20-plus air yard throws under pressure, which is just absolutely insane. Did you see the weird thing that happened at the end of the half in this game?
What
So the Pats threw a pass to Butte, and he was down at it looked like he was down at the 1-yard line. So they marked him down at the 1-yard line, and then they ended up just overturning it right away and saying it was a touchdown. But then when then there was a flag on the play on the Saints, moving the ball up to the 1-yard line if they wanted to go for 2. The Pats went to go for 2, but the scoreboard didn't change in the arena. So it still said that they didn't score the touchdown, and it looked like he was just down at the 1, which was the original call, that he
Yeah.
was down at the 1-yard line before they overturned it for a touchdown and threw the flag. So the Patriots thought that when they were going for 2, that they were trying to score their touchdown from the play before where they thought they were down at the 1-yard line. So instead of just running a regular play on 4th and 1 or on the 2-point conversion at the 1, they ran a QB sneak because they thought they had 4 chances at it because they thought they still needed the touchdown.
Okay.
But that was the 2-point conversion.
Yes. I did see I just kind of didn't understand what they were saying on the broadcast. It
Yes.
confused me. Now I understand. Yeah, that is
It was like a 10-minute saga. It lasted forever, and they still messed it up.
because it was weird. Because on Red Zone, for some reason, I don't know if every game was at halftime.
Yes, that's what
They
happened.
just showed it for like 5 minutes.
Every game was at halftime, so Scott Hansen was like, all right, we're just going to break this down then and show you this for the next 5 minutes. Insane.
I was so confused on why wasn't nothing else was going on, and then scans. Yeah,
Yeah, it was really weird. My last thing about the Pats here is I do think they're legit. They are a team that does have holes, but they have the 3 things that I always say that make a team good. Good quarterback, good head coach, good organization. They have all 3, even if they have holes on defense, even if they have holes on their offense with their weapons. If you got those 3 things, that's the backbone that's going to win you most football games. That's what's happening for them this year, and they're looking like a playoff team.
yeah, they are. They're definitely fighting for a playoff spot now, and just shocking that a Boston team only has to tank for 2 years, and then all of a sudden they're good again.
It's unfair. Pats go into Tennessee next week to play the Titans. They should win that game.
Yeah, easily.
And then the Saints go into Chicago to play the Bears.
I'm gonna take the Bears in that
I'm going to take the Bears as well. All right. Next game here. Steelers-Browns. Steelers 23, Browns 9. Steelers coming off a bye here. We said before, and I don't have a ton to talk about this game because I didn't have it on. I only had Red Zone on for the games that I didn't have on TV. And like we both said before we started recording, they just didn't show this game on Red Zone. But we both said before, Mike Tomlin coming off a bye at home playing against the Browns is literally those are his things. He's good off a bye. He's good at home. He's good against the Browns. It couldn't have been an easier win for them. The Browns started in this game punt, field goal, punt, which against the Steelers defense, especially with now that they have Aaron Rodgers on offense, it's tough to do that against them. Rodgers had an absolute dime on the sidelines to DK.
Yeah.
Did you see that throw?
Yes.
That was.
You're talking about the one to Connor Hayward?
No, I'm talking about the one to DK.
Oh,
the one to
so
Connor
he had
Hayward
a couple
was good
dimes
too.
because the Connor Hayward touchdown was a dime.
Yes, that was a dime too.
Him and DK have a connection. That one was a dime.
He's top 10.
You think he's top 10? Wow.
I think he's top 10, yeah.
He's been very good so
I think
far
he
this
was
season.
clawing on the door last year, and he only won 5 games, and this year he's going to be a playoff team, and
Yeah.
he's running a legit offense.
Him and DK have started to really get that connection. 4 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown for him. That's really the main weapon, but he's been just spreading the ball out. Another game where 8 or 9 different guys get a catch. The running game hasn't been great yet, so that's where they could improve. But yeah, Rodgers has been playing very, very good. He hasn't been playing like an MVP, but he's been playing maybe a top 10, maybe top 15-ish.
I'll continue to be skeptical about the Steelers just because they always start out really, really good and then piddle out towards the end. So we got to be.
I personally think that's what's going to happen still. But.
It still could. However, this is the best Steelers offense since they had the triple Bs, right? Or the quad Bs.
I don't know about the triple Bs. I think that one year where they had Chase Claypool with the touchdown every game when they started 11-0.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But that team was even fraudulent at 11.
I mean, it was fraudulent, but that offense was still good.
Yeah, it's true.
My biggest takeaway from this game is Judkins got stuffed, which that's a credit to the Steelers defense.
Yep.
They have what seems to be a good run defense. Fannin has a big game. Dylan Gabriel, he's a game manager. And do you know how many pass attempts Dylan Gabriel threw?
How many?
52.
That's bad.
Way too big of a number for Dylan Gabriel. I know you're playing from behind.
Yeah.
But 52 pass attempts is about
not a winning
30 too many.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe 20 too many, but not what you want. And my one take is that I think within the next 2 weeks, we see a Shedeur Sanders appearance.
Agreed. I could see it too. Maybe it's next week versus the Dolphins.
That's the one defense I think Dylan Gabriel might be able to have success
them,
again.
And then probably. Judkins love 3 touchdowns. We already picked that game though. And then Steelers go into Cincinnati for Thursday Night Football. That is going to be a good game regardless of what the Bengals are.
Yeah, Joe Flacco versus the Steelers. I think the Steelers. Man,
I want to pick the Bengals so bad. I want to pick them so bad.
I'm gonna pick the Steelers, but man, I don't think they're a 5-1 team in my opinion.
I don't think they are either. I'm picking the Steelers as well, but that is going to be a close game.
Yeah,
no question.
It's a division game.
All
I'll
right.
have to look up. I don't know. The AFC North has the quirks where one team beats one team in one spot.
That is true. That is very
Check
true.
on that because the Bengals might own them in Cincinnati.
I would not be shocked by that. This would be your turn to take the next game here. However, since I don't have the Lions on this slate, I'm going to take my second favorite team. The Carolina Panthers.
You're stealing my team that I've been hyping up for years
beat
now.
the Dallas Cowboys 30-27. For basically this entire game, my only note was Cowboys defense is making Brycey look nicey. I don't know what I was on during this game, but I was down here feeling good watching him. We both know Rico Dowdle is the GOAT now.
Yep,
officially.
running back in football.
We have Barry Sanders reincarnated in Rico Dowdle, and we have Randy Moss reincarnated in Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah. So
far to start the year. He's also the first former Cowboy to ever rush for 100+ yards against the Cowboys, which is interesting.
Yeah.
That's never happened considering the Cowboys are one of the league's oldest teams. But yeah, the Panthers are my second favorite team in the league because not in the NFL. I've been bad in gambling, but I've been just so bad in college football, and I've needed some teams to just dig me out of the mud and give me wins this year. The Panthers do that week in and week out. They either cover or they win. I don't know what their record against the spread is, but I'd assume it's probably like 5-1 or 4-2. So I'm in love with the Panthers.
3-2-0, I think, which that'd make them
3-2-0. That's it. They played 6 games, so they have to at least be 4-2-0.
That's a big one though. 4-2-0.
4-2-0. Okay, so that's good.
That's very good.
You'll take that all day.
Can you guess what the best team against the spread is technically?
I'll
give you a hint. They haven't played yet.
Lions?
Yeah. They're 4-1 currently.
Only the Packers game. Lions are also. I don't know if that's like even really noteworthy though, because they are under Dan Campbell. They've just been dominant against the spread.
Yeah.
I don't say they cover every game, but they usually cover every game they're favorites. Which they're not tonight against the Chiefs, so that'll be interesting. But the Panthers. Bryce Young, when he plays against a defense that isn't insane, he looks really, really good. He's mobile. He's confident. Ted McMillan's a star. Xavier Legette had a weird lateral situation today that could have lost them the game, but did you see that?
I just know Legette has been brutal.
He had a catch. He was getting tackled. He lateraled it to Rico Dowdle, who got it, ran backwards, and fumbled it, and then Legette came back in and recovered the fumble. So he bailed himself out.
Yeah,
but
fair enough.
Yeah, he hasn't been great, but Ted's been so good that it doesn't even matter, and then they have Barry Sanders, so.
Yeah, Ted had a quiet game here in terms of catches. Only has 3 catches, but
gets in the end
2
zone.
of them were touchdowns. His first touchdown, and he doubled up. So big for him there. He does have 14 of the points. Rico Dowdle, dominant. For the Cowboys, it was kind of shades of last season where the defense sucks, the run game sucks, and Dak Prescott plays well.
Yep.
So Prescott, 261, 3 touchdowns, no picks. George Pickens has a monster game with 168 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Florney was kind of quiet in this game, and Ferguson, your favorite tight end in football, has another touchdown. So
yeah, he's just a touchdown merchant. And I believe with the Jets only giving up 13 points today and the Cowboys giving up 30, I believe the Cowboys are now the statistically worst defense in the NFL this year.
Probably, but they're getting better by stopping the run.
They have given up like 70 points to the Giants and the Panthers, too, which is, 2 teams that are good right now. But going into the year, if you would have said the Cowboys would give up 70 to those 2 teams, or honestly more, I think it's 80 because they give up 50 to the Giants and 30 to the Panthers. That's bad.
Not good.
Cowboys got the Commanders next week in Dallas. I am going to take the Cowboys in that game.
I think it just depends what I see from the Commanders, but
Against the Bears, yeah.
I guess I'll lean Cowboys just because Dak's playing phenomenal.
He's playing really good. The defense has just been so bad, and we can't.
And he's gonna get hate for it for some reason, but
we can't guarantee. Well, he's the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. That's the reason. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I can't roll the dice on Jaden Daniels making it out of the Bears game healthy. He's too injury prone.
I wouldn't say he's too injury prone. He hasn't missed.
He's missed like 6 games in the first 2 years, right?
Oh, I guess that's more than I thought. I feel like it's only like 3 or 4.
Even then, even if it is 4, which I think it's at least 4, he's only been able to play like 20, right? That's like 20% of the games he's missed.
Yeah.
So that's a decent clip.
I think he'll be healthy.
Yeah, I hope he is.
I'm
Obviously,
back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. You picked the Cowboys against Commanders or Commanders?
I picked the Cowboys.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go Commanders. Why not?
All right, and then Panthers Jets. We both picked the Panthers. Take us to Seahawks Jaguars.
Yeah, Seahawks Jags. Seahawks continue to look very good. Their defense gets better and better. I think Mike McDonald's a fantastic coach.
Yep.
And Sam Darnold on offense continues to kind of surprise me. I thought maybe it was a KOC offense that was making him play so good, but it might just be that KOC can fix these quarterbacks because
Yeah.
Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold have. Do you still have the MVP standings pulled up?
Yes.
What is Sam Darnold on there?
He is plus 4,000. He's number probably like T12 or something like that.
It's a little lower than I would kind of expect. 'Cause he's been playing.
Or
great.
no, it's for ninth place. It's a 3-way tie between Lamar, Jaden Daniels, and Daniel Jones, and then right after that group, is Dan Darnold. So technically, he's probably like 12, I think.
That's decent. He's passed the ball well. He's got a favorite receiver in Jackson Smith-Njigba. 8 catches, 162 yards, and a touchdown. He's an absolute monster. He's right behind Puka Nacua, I'd say, for the best receiver in football this season. Maybe Ibuka third, but I think those are the top 3 leaders in receiving yards. Cooper Kupp has a touchdown in this game. They didn't have a run game, the Seahawks, so that's good for the Jags defense. The Jags offense, they couldn't score, but Trevor Lawrence played well. Another game where there was really no running game. The Jags couldn't run the ball, but Trevor Lawrence has 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Solid there. Brian Thomas Jr. finally has a good game. Did still have, I think, a bad drop, but 8 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown for him. That's better than what we've seen and something that he's really needed. Disappointing loss for the Jags, though. Just didn't really play well. The Seahawks looked like the better team, and they got it done.
Yeah, and got to mention Josh Hines-Allen. Josh Allen's son was an honorary captain today. He was diagnosed with leukemia in 2024. He's in remission now, so that was a cool story to see before the game. But I'm with you. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, he played a lot better in this game, or he played good in this game given the situation that he was in. He had the most pressures on a quarterback all year in a game today. I don't know how much he finished with, but he hit 17 in the middle of the game. The record before was 16. Justin Fields before that. I don't know if that was today or a couple weeks ago, but he's had a few of those games. But yeah, this was I want to give credit to him for being able to battle through that and still put up a decent performance, and credit to Seahawks defense, who's also in that top 5. I just, off the top of my head, if I had to just pick who I think the Mount Rushmore of defenses is in the NFL through 6 weeks, in no order, I'd say Broncos, Seahawks, Giants, Texans.
Yeah, but put all those teams right there.
That'd probably be my 4. Yeah, so, I mean, and honestly, Jaguars are close in there, too. They didn't play as well today, especially in the secondary, but they've been really good to start the year. JSN for the Seahawks, absolute monster. Like you said, he had 100-something yards today. Got
68.
Had a
62.
162. Got in the end zone, had a 65-yard touchdown.
He's just so good.
He's a stud. He's the Justin Jefferson to Sam Darnold like he had last year.
Yeah.
If you got him in fantasy, don't trade him.
And I think if you're a Vikings fan, when you look, do they play the Vikings next week? Is that the team they play next week? Or?
Vikings plays the.
But who do the Seahawks play?
The Seahawks have the Texans.
Oh, because I just saw a video of a Vikings fan posting when they played the Seahawks last year, talking about how remember what we did to you last year, and the Seahawks fan commented, "Bro, the dude who threw the ball's on our team now."
yeah. Fair enough. That's a good point. That's a good point. What was I gonna say? I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah.
The Seahawks. Those 4 teams I mentioned: Seahawks, Texans, Giants, Broncos, all play each other next week, so that should be fun.
Yeah, fair enough. Sam Darnold, great. Jags fall 1 game behind the Colts, thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Because the Jags are going through their hard part of the schedule and playing well.
Yes.
Colts are going through a little bit of their easier part, and they're playing great. But
we mentioned Seahawks, Texans, Monday Night Football in Seattle. It's the second Monday Night Football game because we are going to have our 4th double header on Monday night through 7 weeks of the season, which is most ever out of season.
I've never met someone that likes a doubleheader yet. I've
Never.
yet to meet someone that likes it.
Will, because the only good part of the doubleheader is when they space it out and do 6 and 9, but then you're watching football till 12 Central Time, 1 Eastern. Bad.
Yeah.
Can't have a game start at 10 Eastern. Can't do it.
Absolutely not.
Not on a Monday. I'm taking the Seahawks in that game.
I am as well.
And then Jaguars Rams in Jacksonville. That should be a very, very fun game. I'm going to take Jacksonville.
I need the Rams to pull through, so Rams.
All right. Well, speaking of the devil, Rams-Ravens. Rams win this game 17-3. Last game of the mid-afternoon or the early slate today. Cooper Rush and this Ravens offense were just so bad to start the game. The Ravens couldn't stop fumbling. I think they had 3 fumbles in this game. Justice Hill, Zay Flowers, I think, were the 3. I know he had 2 in the second half on basically back-to-back drives. But yeah, the Rams they kept playing with their food in this game. They absolutely could have won this game by a million. They had a couple bad turnovers. Matt Stafford had a pretty unlucky pick. I think one got batted down at the line as well. And then they took Cooper Rush out, and we got to see Tyler Huntley back.
Yeah.
With the Baltimore Ravens. It didn't help, but he did have a really sick run on 4th and 18 or whatever. So that was cool for the Ravens. A little bit of we used to have a guy that that does that.
The only bright spot for the Ravens was the fact that their defense didn't give up 9 million points, and Derrick Henry played good, I guess. So
that, and they're on bye next week, which is
they
huge.
Get a bye, and I think they come back and play the Bears from the bye. So
yeah,
Derrick Henry had a solid game. Your defense doesn't give up 10,000 points. Gotta consider that a win.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's pretty much all I have. Kyron Williams gets a touchdown. Matt Stafford doesn't have to do too much. Wins the game. Matt Stafford did have a really weird fumble. I don't know if you saw that fumble where you just
early.
I don't know why he didn't step back a little bit in the pocket. He kind of just stayed in his stance.
He has those from time to time. Yeah, he has those from time to time.
As we see the JSN.
Yep, where it just looks awkward. But yeah, Rams had to win this game. They won it. Didn't look pretty, but I'll just keep saying the cliche. It's you take wins in this league.
Mm-hmm. The NFC West, you need to just keep winning in that division, and they do. So 3 teams at 4-2 now, and the Cardinals lagging behind.
Yep, as we expected. The Ravens are on bye next week, as we said. Couldn't come at a better time for them. Actually, I guess this week would have been a better time. But and the Rams we just spoke about in Jacksonville take us to the Raiders 20, Titans 3. Actually, I don't know if that was the final score. 20-10.
Yes, Raiders 20, Titans 10. Yeah.
Yep.
Cam Ward. I mean, this is 2 teams that have been struggling this year, to say the least. Haven't done great on either side of the ball. Cam Ward was okay. Throws for a touchdown and a pick. You look at Geno Smith, throws another interception. So he brings his season total now to 6 touchdowns and 9 interceptions for Geno Smith. Not great.
No, it's he was 6'9" before.
Oh, so now he's 7'10".
Yep.
So it just hasn't updated.
Yep.
Great. Thank you.
Come on, ESPN.
Yeah,
get on that shit.
It's crazy. Trey Tucker gets 70 yards in this game. They're still missing Brock Bowers. They need him back desperately. Their offense is not the same without him, but they get a win. I don't have much to say about this game because it's 2 teams that are pretty irrelevant. It's basically, you almost want to lose in this game to get a better draft pick.
Honestly. And at least Genty continues to look good for the Raiders.
Yep.
So that's a positive to take from it. Cam Ward had a really weird fumble similar to the Stafford one at like his own 4-yard line or something, which is never ideal. And like we said, he lost Calvin Ridley, so it's just like Io Manor and him and Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears
and Van Jefferson.
Yeah, and Van Jefferson, which just set up bad. Titans are going to be in the top 3 again, most likely.
They are, but luckily the Raiders, at least if they're going to give a team a better pick, it'll be a team that's not going to take a quarterback. So
right, yep, that's a good way of looking at it. That's it. That's
I thought you had a point.
No, I do not at all. Pats Titans we talked about. Raiders go into Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. They'll probably compete. I'm gonna take KC, but they'll probably compete.
Yeah, I'm gonna take KC. That's not really
They usually fight in that game.
They fight, yeah, but they won it last year. No?
Yeah, they usually are in.
They had Jack Jones had the interception, or was that 2 years ago? That was a Black Friday game.
Yep.
I think that was last year.
I think it was last year.
That was last year because we were watching that.
I don't know.
I think we were watching that while Black Friday shopping.
Maybe. That might check out. Packers 27, Bengals 18. Because we already spoke about the other 2 matchups here. Yeah, the Packers, they didn't do what they did last time they played Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
I think
they got the win.
Yeah, Joe Flacco,
they needed.
Had the opportunity to be the first quarterback ever to beat the same team twice in a season from different teams, which would have been legendary.
But he couldn't.
Yeah, the Bengals were better with him than Browning, though.
That's maybe the only bright spot.
And their defense played okay, even though they still gave up 27 points.
I think that's what we said right before. Like, their defense played okay.
Yeah.
But they still gave up 27.
Yeah, so not ideal.
Yeah, that's not what you want. They played okay, but it's never what you want to hear.
yeah. You never want the but at the end there. But the Packers, if they find a way to get it done against the team they should beat, this would have been obviously horrid for them if they lost against this Bengals team, especially because they lost to the Browns earlier in the year. But they were coming off a bye. They're not going to lose off a bye. They have we were looking at the MVP odds. Micah Parsons is the highest defensive player in those odds. So
really, I wasn't aware of that. I mean, what has he done? You have Micah Parsons stats?
I don't have them off the top of my head. He is the first defensive player. Would you like to guess the next couple?
I couldn't even. I mean, TJ Watt or Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett is next.
I guess he has 2 sacks.
TJ Watt is the 4th defensive player.
I mean, Micah Parsons, I think, has 4 tackles on the season so far.
Really?
So
Hendrickson's 5. Aiden Hutchinson's 2nd.
It's not. I don't know. Well, it's ESPN. They might not have it updated. But
Yeah, they probably don't have it.
I know another guy who only had like 4 tackles is a guy who's about to play on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah,
Chris
also,
Jones.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Aiden Hutchinson. I was like, he has
No.
5 sacks though, so he definitely doesn't have 4
No,
tackles.
I was talking about Chris Jones.
Yeah, but also
Chris Jones.
we
He's been
can't
bad this year.
we can't be box score watching for a DT though.
We can't, but Chris Jones, you can watch the field.
I agree.
Was that when did they play? Or did we talk
They
about
played Monday
that?
night. We didn't talk about it. They played Monday night
'Cause-
against the Jags.
Yes. Chris
Um,
Jones,
Yeah.
last play of the game, Trevor Lawrence. Not the
Trips.
last play of the game, but Trevor Lawrence
Basically.
trips in the backfield, gets the touchdown after scrambling a little bit. Chris Jones just stands there, does nothing.
Yeah.
And then said it was a teaching point. He's what, 32?
Yeah, I just
Little old for teaching
Yeah,
points.
a little bit old for that. Makes too much money for teaching points.
Yes,
Too.
way too much money.
How many times this year do you think we've
learning lessons?
during a Bengals segment we've switched to talking about a team that didn't even play in the game?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just where we're at with the Bengals. Like I said earlier, Joe Burrow's not coming back till December. He's probably not going to play more than 3 or 4 games this year. I highly, highly, highly doubt that they will make the playoffs. Highly doubt it.
Yeah, I do too. I just got a notification saying Evan McPherson was robbed of NFL history. I kind of want to find out what that was.
They're
He
2
must
and
have-
3 by the way now. So
He must have missed it. Who?
the Bengals.
No, they're 2-4 now.
Just did an update. 2 and 4 now.
They're 2-4 now. It's not looking good. I mean, after they finally have a good start to the season, going 2-0 with
Yep.
Joe Burrow, and then they lose him. It really sucks to see. At least Jamar Chase for them has a big game: 10 catches, 94 yards, and a touchdown. His first game with Flacco. And for the Packers, Josh Jacobs continues to have a great season: 2 touchdowns, 93 yards on the ground, 5 catches, 57 yards for him. Golden has a breakout game, and they're winning these games with their top receivers out. So that's a big thing. But this was a game, like you said, they had to win.
Yeah, no, they absolutely had to win it. And yeah, we're gonna get to our knockout here, but the Bengals are contenders,
They have to be.
in my opinion. All right. Take us out here, Mike, with the final game of the day. Buccaneers 30, San Francisco 49ers 19.
Yeah, probably maybe the biggest game of the day overall, maybe for conference implications, but definitely the only game in the 3 o'clock window that really mattered, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Because
Unless the Packers managed to lose. But
yes, but they were going to win that game. Mac Jones wasn't great in this game. Throws 2 picks, doesn't get a touchdown. Did throw for a lot of yards, and threw him to Kendrick Bourne, 142 yards for him on only 5 catches. Dominant for him. Demarcus Robinson, Marquez Valdes-Scantling also make appearances. The wild trio they have there of former Chiefs receivers. CMC was solid. Finally got his first rushing touchdown of the season in week 6. He has multiple receiving touchdowns, but finally gets 1 rushing. Baker Mayfield, though, for the Buccaneers, he was fantastic today. Like he's been all season. That's why he's top in the MVP race. He's
Yep,
been
second.
great. 256 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. They lost to Puka. They were missing Mike Evans. They were missing Bucky Irving. They're missing Chris Godwin. All of their top weapons are out. He throws a bomb to Tez Johnson, who made a great catch and then had a fantastic celebration.
Yeah, I love the backflip. Or
But fantastic catch by Tez Johnson.
Yep.
Every time you watch Baker, he just has that dog in him. Had a big scramble on like a 3rd and 14 where he picks up a first down. He's just a football guy that you love to watch succeed, in my opinion.
Completely agree. I mean, that play that you were talking about, the first down, he had I believe, like 3% chance of getting that first down.
Probably.
And
Maybe
he gets
less,
it. I think
honestly.
it was. I saw the stat before we started. And yeah, it was just absolutely insane. Also, by the way, we didn't mention Packers at Cardinals. Or no, we talked about that already. Packers we picked, and then Bengals Steelers we picked as well. With Wirfs coming back, the biggest thing wasn't just him being in the lineup and being able to block for them. It's also Graham Barton, who has been filling in for Wirfs, who's obviously he's a center. He's been playing tackle for him. He's allowed a 12.2% pressure rate on Baker Mayfield at tackle. At center, he's at 2.5. So being able to move him, your second-year player from Duke, back to his original position where he's elite compared to filling in for your star left tackle is huge for them and made a big difference in this game.
Very huge. And I looked it up, and I was just curious to see how people feel about Baker. They're saying he should be the favorite for MVP right now, which I don't disagree with.
Him and Josh Allen, I agree. I think those are the two. And everybody
Sitting at 5-1,
and everybody in this offense is so hurt too.
Yeah, that's
which
the
you
thing.
have to take into account.
You're missing all of your top weapons. They said first it was just Dave Canales.
Yep.
Then it was, it's just Liam Cohen. Oh, it's just Mike Evans. Oh, it's just Chris Godwin. Oh, it's just this offense is too talented. His offensive line was banged up at the start of the year. Won games. Lost his weapons. Won games. Missing everybody. Still wins against a 4-1 team.
Yep, and we were saying it earlier. We're in a second chance quarterback era right now We have Mac Jones, who he's filling in for Brock Purdy. He's been solid for the Niners. Obviously, Baker Mayfield is an MVP candidate for the Buccaneers. Sam Darnold's been great for the Seahawks. Who else do we got?
Daniel Jones has been fantastic for the Colts.
Daniel Jones has been amazing for the Colts. That's probably about it for second.
Jacoby Brissett was solid today, but that's not a second chance. That's like a
Jacoby was
92nd.
decent. But yeah, I mean,
Geno Smith is a past one.
Yeah, but he's still second.
Now,
I guess third chance maybe. Yeah, third chance hasn't been as great. But yeah, huge win for the Bucs. I had them as one of my dark horse Super Bowl contenders going into the year. They're not a dark horse anymore.
Yeah, I mean that was one take that we couldn't have been more right on so far.
100%. Buccaneers next week, or sorry, the 49ers. They're at home against the Falcons on Sunday Night Football. Without Fred Warner, without Nick Bosa, they'll probably have Kittle and Pierce all back.
I'm gonna have them bounce back. I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
So am I. And then Bucks go into Detroit in the first Monday night game. I'm gonna take the Lions. That's always a good game, though.
That's always a good game. What are they, 1-1 in their last two?
Yep. Hopefully DJ Reed and or Terran Arnold, or DJ Reed won't be back, but Terran Arnold maybe.
I would like to see what I see tonight. I think the Lions win. I mean, that would be a 5-1 versus a 5-1, man. That's electric.
Even if it's 4-2, 5-1, it's still fun.
But if it's 4-2 versus 5-1, I'm taking the Lions to win. If it's 5-1 and 5-1,
taking the Bucks.
I'm gonna take the Lions, but I'm gonna take the Bucks. They're so big. I'm going Lions. Lions. Bucks. So many injuries.
All right, Lions a lot too.
Well, the injuries are gonna clash because no cornerbacks versus no receivers.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All right, we'll move on to knockout. I'll start here. Give my update on mine. I have the Jets. I've probably explained the game if people haven't gotten to this part. Every single week, at the end of the episode, we knock out one team from playoff contention. After 18 weeks of the season, we will have 18 teams out, 14 teams in. We're trying to go 14 for 14 on the playoff teams. So far, I have the Jets, the Browns, the Titans, the Saints, and the Cardinals on my list here of teams knocked out already. And adding to this list, I mean, I took a risk last week with the Cardinals. They obviously played well this week, but they still lose. I'm going to go with, do I play it safe or do I take a risk this week? I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to take the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders make the playoffs. They did win this week, but also against another team that I have knocked out. So I'm going to make it Jets, Browns, Titans, Raiders, Saints, Cardinals as my 6 teams out through 6 weeks.
Can you list I think my 5 teams are Jets, Browns, Titans, Saints, Dolphins?
Jets, Browns, Titans, Saints, Dolphins, correct.
Jets, Browns, Titans, Saints, Dolphins. Oh, okay. I was like, why does my thing only have AFC teams? Okay. That's why I was confused. This is where it gets tough. Jets, Browns, Titans, Saints, Dolphins. There's only one more team with 1 win, but I cannot pick a team that has a multiple MVP winner on them.
Yep.
So I got to go with the team with 2 wins. I think I'm going to join you because I can't pick the Giants just because they have a little bit of momentum and aura. And I mean, I had 3 teams on my list here, and that's one of the. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders as well.
All right, we both knock out the Raiders, so you now have Jets, Dolphins, Browns, Titans, Raiders, and Saints. So that will be it for this week's edition of the Engage 8 podcast. We'll be back next week to recap Week 7, talk about the injuries, and of course, eliminate a 7th team each.
So this week was 6, and next week is 7.
Okay. We'll see everybody in the next one.